Give me a few minutes and I'll show you a clean, rules-based way to trade objective trendline breaks and momentum shifts using QTrend, without messy drawings or second guessing. We will use QTrend as the signal engine, Trend Meter for a simple strength check, and Braid Filter for participation so we are not chasing thin moves. I am demonstrating on a standard chart and a 1-hour time frame, but these rules work on any liquid market and any time frame. Risk to reward is fixed at 1 to 1.5, so results are easy to compare. I will add the tools, lock the settings, run the long checklist with a live style example, then the short checklist with an example, and finish with a fast recap you can copy step by step. Before we start, keep your chart clean and focus on confirmations. This is all about clarity and repeatability. Follow the rules, keep risk fixed, and let the process do the heavy lifting. While you're watching this, Supernova AI bot is already trading, managing risk, and generating passive profit 24/5 on full autopilot. No experience needed, MyFX book verified, up to 15% monthly returns. Don't fall behind. Get Supernova now. Link in the description. Okay, back to the chart. Add indicators. Open indicators on TradingView. Add QTrend by Tarasenko. Add Trend Meter, the one that displays a row of colored dots for strength. Add Braid Filter for volume-based participation. Indicator settings. QTrend. Open settings. Keep the buy and sell labels. You can turn off extra cosmetic options such as bar color overlays or additional backgrounds so the chart stays clean. Reading rule. When price breaks and closes above the QTrend line, the indicator prints buy or strong buy. When price closes below the QTrend line, it prints sell or strong sell. These labels are your raw triggers. Think of QTrend as the spark. It tells you now, but we still confirm before acting. Trend Meter. Keep the default layout of dots. Reading rule. A run of green dots indicates bullish strength, a run of red dots indicates bearish strength, and mixed colors mean no clear impulse. For this strategy, we require at least 5 dots of the correct color on the signal bar. 5 dots give you a fast but disciplined threshold. Strong enough to matter, simple enough to repeat. Braid Filter. Enable the filter line and set it to white so it is easy to read. Reading rule. The current braid bar must match the trade direction and must close above its white average. Green above the average confirms bullish participation. Red above the average confirms bearish participation. Gray or any bar below the average means stand aside. This is your "do we have fuel" check. No fuel, no trade. Execution rules for all trades. Act only on closed candles and execute on the next candle open. For long trades, place the stop below the most recent meaningful swing low. For short trades, place the stop above the most recent meaningful swing high. The take profit is always 1.5 times the initial risk. If any filter is missing at the close, you skip the setup. No debate. Consistency matters more than any single win. Same entry timing, same stop logic, same target every time. Long setup checklist. First, trigger. QTrend prints a buy or a strong buy on a closed candle. Second, strength. On that same candle, the trend meter shows at least 5 green dots. Third, participation. On that same candle, the braid filter bar is green and it closes above its white average. When all 3 are true at the close, buy the next open, tuck the stop under the pullback swing low, and set the take profit at 1.5 R. If any part is missing, skip it and wait. The market will print another sequence. Long example. Price compresses under the QTrend line, then breaks and closes above it, and QTrend prints a buy label. The trend meter lights up with a clear run of green dots, not a mixed string. The braid bar is green and sits above the white average, confirming that buyers are active. Everything aligns on the close, so we enter long on the next open, place the stop below the obvious pullback pivot, and fix the target at 1.5 R. The typical path is a brief retest toward the Q trend line and then continuation as the trend meter stays green. If the meter turns mixed or the braid bar dips below its average, we stand down and wait for the next qualified sequence. You will see this pattern often: break, confirm, shallow retest, then follow through. Trust the checklist and let the target work. Short setup checklist. First, trigger. QTrend prints a sell or a strong sell on a closed candle. Second, strength. On that same candle, the trend meter shows at least 5 red dots. Third, participation. On that same candle, the braid filter bar is red and it closes above its white average. When all three align at the close, sell the next open, park the stop above the bounce swing high, and target 1.5 R. Any hesitation on participation or a mixed meter means no trade. Protect the playbook. Short example. After a counter trend bounce, price closes below the Q trend line and the indicator prints a sell label. The trend meter shows a solid run of red dots. The braid bar is red and above the average, confirming that sellers are present. We sell on the next open, place the stop above the bounce pivot, and aim for 1.5 R. The common outcomes are a steady slide that tags target while the meter stays red, or a quick pop that takes the stop. Both are part of the profile. The edge comes from taking only fully confirmed signals and keeping risk per trade fixed. Do not average in, do not shift targets. Just execute the plan and log the result for the next 100 trades. Tips and finer points. If you want fewer trades, consider requiring 6 or more dots on the trend meter, or waiting for strong buy and strong sell labels only. If you want earlier entries, you can allow 5 dots with 1 neutral gap, but only if the braid bar closes well above the average. Avoid acting on signals that print directly into a major session open without braid confirmation. If the braid bar is below its average, skip it. Keep execution strict. Closed bar confirmation, next bar entry, stop beyond structure, fixed 1.5 R target. Also, record screenshots of qualified and unqualified setups. Pattern recall improves discipline. Small tweaks can be tested later, but the base rules should remain intact until you have a meaningful sample. Final recap. Direction and raw triggers come from QTrend labels. Strength comes from the trend meter, showing a clear run of dots in the trade direction. Participation comes from braid filter closing above its average with the correct color. Confirm on the close, enter on the next open, place the stop beyond structure, and keep the target fixed at 1.5 R. If any box is unchecked, there is no trade. Trade the plan, not the impulse, and let the next 50 to 100 trades show the edge. Stay systematic, stay patient, and let compounding discipline, not guesswork, drive your results.